tail up, limbs locked, armor pressed hard against the earth. Right now, a massive Ankylosaurus is under threat. Shadows flick across its flanks, movement and heavy footfalls. A predator circles. This is the moment before impact. Bone-crushing jaws wait for a mistake. Fail here, and it's over. Jaws could split armor, snap a limb, or crush the skull. This isn't any predator. This is Tyrannosaurus rex. Roughly 66 million years ago, in what will become Western North America, these giants cross paths. Both now test what their bodies can do. One must break through, the other must hold ground. If the Ankylosaurus falters, it loses everything. In these ancient floodplains, survival turns physical, moment by moment. Ankylosaurus is built for it. The body, broad, low, armored, lets it become the landscape itself. Rows of thick, bony plates shield its neck, back, and sides, each embedded in a hide so tough, biting through costs time and energy. The tail club hangs heavy behind, stiff and ready. One swing carries the kind of force that could break bone. But for now, it waits. Every muscle locked, nostrils flaring, eyes tracking motion just out of direct sight. Small herbivores clear out at the first tremor. Only the big prey stands its ground. Nothing happens by chance. T-Rex chooses targets by challenge and reward. Smaller prey bolt at its approach, easier meals avoid risk. With an animal this big, the stakes change. The Ankylosaurus is not a typical victim. There's no weak point on the broad torso, no exposed haunch to clamp down on. Instead, thick plating stops shallow bites. Even the limbs, short and stocky, hug close to the body where armor shields soft joints. But risk can bring reward. A single mistake might open a gap. The Tyrannosaurus approaches, head low, one eye fixed. It's a test of patience. The hunter circles, searching for an opening, a moment when the Ankylosaurus pivots or lifts a limb or loses balance. Breathe. Tense. The Ankylosaurus shuffles to face the predator directly, moves as little as possible, tail drawn to one side, ready to swing. Its head stays close to the ground, denying access to the throat or jaw hinge. From this angle, even a Tyrannosaur's jaw power is tested. This is a standoff of anatomy and nerve. One move will decide it. Sudden movement. The Tyrannosaur feints, steps in, jaws wide. Ankylosaurus doesn't retreat, it pivots, tail arcing up. For a split second, the two giants are locked in space, predator's teeth snapping short, tail club hissing through the air. Impact. Not every swing connects, some are checks, some wild. But when club meets bone, even a T-Rex has to respect the result. The theropod recoils, barely dodging. Teeth snap inches from the armor, scraping across the edge of a plate, but not biting deep. Ankylosaurus pushes forward, using bulk and the hard shield of its back to deny access. Every confrontation comes at a cost. The predator can't risk injury. A broken leg or damaged jaw ends its reign. For the Ankylosaurus, a failed defense means vulnerability, one opening, and those jaws can test the armor's limits. Fossil experiments show that a full-force tyrannosaur bite can crack bone, drive tooth marks deep. Yet, with rows of thick osteoderms, Ankylosaurus is designed to absorb impact, diffuse force, and buy precious seconds. Pressure builds. Dust kicks up around the Ankylosaurus, tail scraping the ground, bracing for the next attack. The T-Rex circles, tries a new angle, jaws aiming for the hip where the armor slab thins. Ankylosaurus shifts, wide feet pushing hard into the soil. The club swings again, faster this time, glancing off the predator's shin. Not a direct hit, but enough to warn. These defenses are real. The hunter stumbles, recovers, and both animals freeze. For a brief moment, there's hesitation. In the wild, even apex predators can't push their luck forever. Everything hinges on this gap. Near the standoff, smaller carnivores and scavengers linger in the shadows. Could they benefit from a lapse? A distracted Ankylosaurus might expose a less armored flank. Or, if the giant herbivore falls, scavengers will move quickly. The ecosystem never waits for long. Another move. The T-Rex lunges, testing the defenses with a quick bite at the rear. Teeth connect, scraping over a thigh plate. This time, the tail's answer is immediate. A full swing, club landing a glancing blow to the predator's shin. It isn't enough to break bone, but it's close. A cloud of dust. The tyrannosaur pulls back, shakes its head, bites at the air in warning, but doesn't commit to a riskier attack. Hunger is sharp, but not limitless. Risk and energy decide what happens. The Ankylosaurus keeps a low defensive crouch, rotating to face new threats, tail never far from its next swing. Muscles in the back and hips transfer power to the club, built for explosive movement, not for speed, but for one sudden strike that can shift the balance. Every muscle tenses. Tail up, shoulder plates braced, the Ankylosaurus presents only its hardest surfaces. The predator tries again, a bite at the tail base where the club flexes. Teeth meet bone beneath skin, sliding off but leaving a mark. In nature, scars become evidence, telltale traces read millions of years later. Sometimes, neither animal wins outright. After several failed tries, the Tyrannosaur steps back. There's no clear opening. In this crowd of armor and determination, even the king has to pause. The Ankylosaurus stays alert, tail raised, not relaxing until the threat pulls away. This standoff won't last forever. Time and hunger change everything. Only a fool expects peace in this place. As the predator stalks off, the Ankylosaurus faces new complications. Heat, thirst. Every muscle aches from the standoff. The tail club drags for a second, then rises again. It can't afford even 1 minute of carelessness. Tiny scavengers approach from the brush, looking for scraps. Their arrival means the giant must keep moving. Rest brings risk. The floodplain itself throws challenges. Dry patches shift to tricky footing. One poor step could trip even this tank. The Ankylosaurus pauses, senses vibration, maybe another competitor wandering near. A rival Ankylosaurus emerges from behind a log, drawn by scent or movement. Now, the defense changes. Armor meets armor, but the contest is about posture and bluff, not survival. Two tail clubs rise, swinging in warning curves. The rivals face off, neither willing to turn away. If they collide, it's hip to hip, each animal showing what a weaponized tail can do. Ankylosaurus armor isn't just for predator defense. Competition can be brutal here. The tension only breaks when the rival moves off, tail swaying, head low. Nothing is static. The Ankylosaurus must feed. Small bites of rough, fibrous plants, low to the ground, grabbed with a beak to mouth, fuel the body but offer little reward fast. Herbivores this size can't be choosy. Each meal comes with the risk of distraction. It lowers its head, bites, tail swinging, nostrils flaring for warning. Even eating is a tense physical act. A flock of smaller theropods appears at the forest edge, eyes fixed on any opportunity. They keep their distance, but every step could mean a chase, or a rapid rush if the Ankylosaurus is wounded or tired. The pressure never disappears, it just shifts from threat to threat. Scavengers sometimes get their prize. In a nearby channel, the bones of a fallen ankylosaur rest half submerged in sediment. No fresh wounds, but deep grooves mark a line across one armor plate. Whether it came from a predator's teeth or an accident, no one can tell now. The armor is tough, but the clues are subtle. In some bone beds, paleontologists find shed Tyrannosaurus teeth and fragments of Ankylosaurus teeth and fragments of ankylosaur bone nearby, but never that perfect match. Predator, defender, or just an unlucky meal found after a fall. Every action has consequence. The survivor wears scars, shallow grooves along a tail plate, a slight hitch in movement, a tail club with one lobe more blunt than the other. These marks tell only part of the story. Ankylosaurus walks on, carrying both its armor and its history. Microhook. It's never a sure thing, not for predator, not for prey. As daylight fades, there's a final decision. The tyrannosaur appears again at a distance. Maybe the same one, maybe another. Hunger makes it bold. Ankylosaurus stiffens, pivots, tail club raised once more, planting every step against the ground. The next move could decide everything. The predator tries a fast approach, hoping for surprise. Ankylosaurus reacts in a flash, tail club sweeping hard, grazing the intruder's knee with a dull thud. Pain and surprise slow the T-Rex, which hesitates. For a moment it stands in threat posture, mouth open, testing the resolve of its armored opponent. Another step, another swing, this time missing, whipping the air. The tyrannosaur lunges, jaws targeting the thigh. Teeth connect, scraping hard along the edge of a plate but unable to bite through. Every bite leaves a mark, but none penetrate deeply this time. The Ankylosaurus counters with another tail swing, a warning, not a direct hit but enough to end this round. T-Rex backs off, frustrated and still hungry. Its patience has limits. In the world of fossil clues, these moments stack up. Ankylosaur armor sometimes bears shallow pits, faint grooves, possible evidence of ancient battles. Yet, even now, the record's incomplete. Most pieces break up, scatter, and lose their context within months. Only the rarest encounter stays on record, locked in bone for someone to read long after both animals are gone. Right now, survival isn't neat. It's struggle, it's movement, it's risk, every day, every hour. That's how an Ankylosaurus survives here at the end of the Cretaceous. It doesn't rely just on passive armor. The club is more than a threat. It's a tool, a last line of defense. And the armor isn't impenetrable, but it's enough that even Tyrannosaurus, the apex hunter, has to think before committing. In a dynamic ecosystem, there's no perfect defense, no guaranteed victory. Rival herbivores challenge for territory. Small carnivores wait for weakness. The king stalks close, but a tank with a weaponized tail can force even the boldest hunter to choose carefully. One mistake is enough. For now, the Ankylosaurus moves on, slow but unbroken. Behind it, tracks mark the floodplain, each footprint a record of tension, each shallow gouge in armor. Another piece in a puzzle that, millions of years later, will leave paleontologists asking, was this wound from a battle or from feeding? Did the club connect? Did the armor hold? No one answer is certain. The truth hides in the bones, but the living moment is action. Here, in the last moments before extinction, armored tanks and bone-crushing jaws each test what nature built them to do. In the end, I'm left watching, wondering what marks survived into rock and what stories vanished, unnoticed, beneath the dust.